What it do? It's your boy TheOneJP on TheOneJPtv. I'm finna shift gears right quick and talk about a little sports, something, for the culture. I'm a big Raiders fan. I've been a Raiders fan since I was 7 years old. I'm 51 now, so it's like there's nothing a Raider fan that can debate me or talk about the problems and talk about what's really going on with this team. And I'm gonna give y'all the breakdown of what's really going on with the Oakland Raiders. Now, y'all might believe this, you might not believe it, but I'm just gonna tell you what I think and what my opinion is and what I think the whole thing is that's keeping the Raiders from rising to a level of, say, the Patriots, Steelers, Cowboys, teams that get a few trophies. You know what I'm saying? The Raiders should be one of those teams, but this is why they're not. And I'm gonna tell you why. Remember when Al Davis sued the NFL? Excuse me. Remember when he sued the NFL? This is my opinion. I think when he went against the establishment and went against the powers of the organization, because he was the one that brought the NFL and, the NFL and the AFL together and made it the NFL. So when he sued them, I think everybody, all the players, all the major owners in the game, in the NFL, okay, that conglomerate, I think they all conspired to blackball the Raiders. So no matter what, whether Raiders get good coaches or bad coaches, good players or bad players, the underlying theme is the Raiders need to be sabotaged at every turn. Okay, so what players get in the culture of their head is, from what I hear, the word around the campfire is, just go to the Raiders to get the check, man. Don't even go over there to play. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell just by when a player you think comes to the Raiders, you're like, oh man, we finna get it on now. And that player lays eggs. Why? Because he got the memo that, hey, the Raiders are the blackball team of the NFL. The only reason you would go play for them is to get that check. Don't go over there trying to dominate and help them win. That's not the game plan. Excuse me. Shit, throat dry like a muffin. So what's happening is, again, a lot of Raider fans might not agree with me. They gonna say I'm running conspiracy theories, and I'm the one that told the whole nation back a long time ago, way on Facebook, when Carr broke his leg, I said he ain't no more good. He ain't gonna scramble right. He ain't gonna be able to scramble, and his throw's gonna be off. His throw's gonna be soft. And as we've seen over the 9 years, and then especially after he broke his leg, Derek Carr started to play poorly, average, less than average, just like he was just Miss Daisy out there. He wasn't scrambling. He ain't trying to scramble. He don't want to re-injure that leg. His throws be off because he can't step into his throws no more like he used to. He's scared. He played timid. And so what happened was it divided the Raider Nation to where those who were supportive of Carr to the bitter end made excuses for why he played so poorly every week. And those of us who knew what was going on just sat it out and just dealt with it. Okay. And so again, it's all about getting the bag from the Raiders. They don't go there to play. You can go down the list of the players who went over there to the Raiders at a time in their career where they were still good. But why did they play like shit or get hurt or some fuckery? They never played to their full potential when they was at their other team. You see, because like I said, and I'll say it again, the Raiders have been blackballed. They've been blackballed ever since Al Davis sued the league. Now, you can take that with a grain of salt. You ain't got to believe me. Just like people didn't believe me when I told them that Carr was going to be garbage and the Raiders was going to suffer for the next 5-10 years. And look what happened. We've been suffering for the last 5-10 years. Now that we got a guy in there, Jarrett Stidham, that I believe if you give him enough playing time, he's going to be good. Okay? But you got those that are still diehard Carr fans that are saying after one game of Stidham playing poorly or not up to a high ass standard, they ready to throw this guy out. And I'm like, wow, After one game of Stidham, they ready to throw him out, but they gave Carr 9 years of garbage. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of delusion going on amongst the Raider Nation. I just want to clear that up and put out my opinion about what I think is happening with the Raiders, and it ain't got nothing to do with how Carr playing, how the defense playing, how the offense playing, none of that. I think the Raiders have been blackballed. Okay, so players check out after a while because for some reason the organization is not. It makes it appear that the organization is not running effectively, but it's running effectively. I just think higher ups, they get hired. You know, people that make decisions, they go over there to get a check. They ain't going over there to help their team win. You see what I'm saying? So it makes Mark look bad. It makes certain players that you think are good look bad, like Carr. You know, Carr could have been good, like people say, but there's some things going to have to change before Carr get back to being good. And it wasn't just give him the biggest lineman in the world. You know, it still don't work. You can see that because once those players break contain, this dude can't scramble and make plays. Bottom line. So kill that noise about this guy needs more linemen in the O-line and, just making excuses for Carr. Look, I look at it like this. I wish Carr well. I hope he goes to another team and does good, but I guarantee you they will not be a playoff team. They'll be good, but they won't be a playoff team because Carr has shown that his abilities have trailed down as far as trailing up. So, hey, we need to get the value from him while we can. And trade him and get some good players, maybe a couple good linebackers and maybe another safety, to help Merrick back there. Merrick and Harmon, or another couple linebackers or maybe a defensive tackle, some defense that plugs some holes. Whatever. Get something for Carr while we can. And let's rock with Stidham because Stidham is going to be good, okay? Most players who take the longest to develop but they're still in the league end up being good. Think about it. Tom Brady didn't get drafted till the 6th round. He sat on the bench behind Bledsoe for a couple of years or however many years he sat. He sat behind Bledsoe until Bledsoe got hurt. I think that's what happened. So Tom Brady was an afterthought until he sat in that film room and got his game tight and said, I'm going to play in the NFL. And I see that in Stidham. I see that in players that, you always have those that come on firing right away, like Patrick Mahomes. Then you have those that fire off, and then they get hurt, like Russell Wilson. And then you have those that take time to fire off, like Tom Brady. You see what I'm saying? Even Drew Brees had to take time to get fire off because at the Chargers, they wouldn't even let him play. He was playing behind Ryan Leaf. Was it Ryan Leaf? I think so. And Chargers traded him to the Saints, and then he turned out to be good. So I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater on these quarterbacks until I get the eye test on them. And the way Stidham is playing, he's going to continue to play like this. So as he continues to play like this, he's going to get better because he can scramble. He got good field vision. He got a strong arm. He's going to be good, okay? Raiders need to stick with him. Let him be the starter going forward. Maybe draft or get one in free agency to come in and push him, but at the same time, don't break his confidence. Let Stidham be the quarterback. That's what my opinion is, what Josh McDaniels needs to do, if he don't get fired first. But back to what I said, the Raiders are a sabotage team because of a blackball team, because of what Al did back in the days. Just my opinion. It's your boy, TheOneJP on TheOneJPtv.